Good morning, and we are back again at River Valley Farm. Today is the day we're going to get this 1938 F20 to start up. But first, we're going to do the pre-start checks. To start with, check the coolant. If we can get it loose, that is. There we go. Well, alright then. It's wanting to be a pain in the butt. So, we have coolant in there, and therefore we'll be alright to get it started anyway. The old tractor's not going to run very much, so we'll just put our cap back on. Oh, next step is to check the oil. So, as with a lot of old tractors, it doesn't have an engine oil dipstick, so you have to open this petcock here, and we have oil, so we're good there. Now it is important to tighten this back up a little bit so that you don't leak out all of your oil. It had three originally. They used to have them set up, or well, they used to set things up so that if you were, different oil levels for different workloads. Like if it was up here, you needed to drain some out. This was typically your good level, and this would be your low level here. And then another thing that is not very common today, you see this little flap here? There's actually 4 of them on this valve cover. Actually, this is completely and totally uncommon, but anyway, you actually have to oil the valve train on this tractor, which is where this oil can comes in. Now this is an Eagle oil can and not an IHC oil can, but it'll be alright. It is imperative that you do oil this before you start it. Because if you don't, obviously you're going to have wear issues in all of the valve train components. Sorry about all the shaking around. I'm trying to set up my tripod here. which probably isn't going to be tall enough, but we'll see. Well, of course, there are corresponding holes in the hood to reach these. Well, we just add oil into here. And then also back here, which I believe is your rocker arm. Is the oiler for your rocker arms. You know, the old guys that ran these things every day probably know a lot more about them than I do, but I think those guys are few and far between anymore. We do have one guy here locally that spent quite a bit of time around these old tractors. That one's full. But he's nearly 80 years old, so he's kind of hard to get in touch with sometimes. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this one, but anyway, here we go again. Move our little flap out of the way. That one's going to be big. Yes, there we go. So, that one's full. I'm sure that you're supposed to stop every how many hours and fill them up again, but I don't know what time frame we're talking here. So, now these are an interesting oiler system too. They're not just oil cups. There's actually a little tray in here in the valve cover with a wick, and basically what you're doing is soaking the wick with oil so you can so it will continue to slowly oil your valve train components. They are you know, they're majorly important, obviously. Alright, so next step in the process is fuel, obviously. And we did not put any, or I didn't put any fuel in this last night after we got the fuel tank put back on. So, should be pretty clear. Alright guys, so we got our about 4 gallons of gas in the thing. Next step of the process is to turn on the fuel here. And looks like we got to turn it on all the way over the okie dokie. So our sediment bulb, actually the shutoff valve has an issue. It should be pretty easy to fix as long as it's not completely worn out, which it probably is, but anyway, we'll find out in a minute. Alright, let me get this straightened out and we'll get back to you in a minute. Alright, so anyway, there's a packing nut, a seal packing here behind this valve, and of course it is a little bit leaky still, but anyway, just take a wrench and snug it up a little bit more if we can. Don't want to go crazy with it, but it might require crazy, I don't know. And anyway, that would seem to have it fixed for now, as long as we don't wiggle that. So I guess we're gonna have to get a new sediment bulb for this thing, which hopefully we can get the two-sided deal there. That would be really good if we could, but we'll see. So yeah, I believe the next step is to try and see if the old girl will start. Alright, so next up, make sure we're in neutral, and then even though it hasn't rolled away for days, we're going to go ahead and set the brake. So there we have applied the parking brake. It is in neutral. And now we need the key. There's one other thing I think I should cover here, and that is where the choke is located. It is this little piece right here. And that is what chokes the air to the carburetor so that it can pick up fuel and fire. I'm going to try and crank it a few times without choking it just to see what happens, because it is fairly warm out, but I don't remember how this thing likes to start. Anyway guys, let's give it a spin and see what happens. Alright, so made a couple adjustments there. Well, wasn't that easy? 80 years old, been sitting here for over a year, and that's what happened. I'm kind of liking that. Well, we've been running about 10 minutes here. I think it's time to go for a ride. Oh, if I can figure out how to get on the thing again. Here we go. Brakes released. Clutch in. Let's go. Third gear. Oh, well, we just lost a hitch pin, but anyway, it'll be all right. Well, here we are cruising the 1938 F20. Smoke rings and all. I'd say I probably over-oiled the valves just a little bit, but then again, it's a 1938. Maybe it just smokes. I don't know. Up a little speed once you load it, I remember, but it has been a while since I drove it. I don't remember what these tractors were rated for RPM wise, but it wasn't very much. Not even the 1600 that the letter series tractors are rated for. I think like 12, but it still gets the job done even at 1200 RPM. But anyway, cruising along here, poor little old tractor just doing what it was supposed to do, basically. Oh, I could listen to that all day, and I hope you can too. Anyway, I'm going to click off of this for now so I can go down this hill here. But anyway, guys, if you like the video, please comment, rate, and subscribe for more. And, well, actually, just wait. We're going to go through the proper shutdown procedure of this tractor also. I'll say that after I get done doing that. Alright, so one more little segment here before we get to the shutdown part of this. I just really wanted you guys to hear this thing go up this hill. It sounds pretty awesome. Throttle, third gear again. Sounded way better when I went up the other side. But anyway, we'll get up here and show you how to properly shut this thing off in a minute. Alright guys, so there's several ways that you can go about this. You can put the tractor back in gear, hold the brakes, let the clutch out, choke it out that way. You can raise this lever up, and that will retard the spark to the point that it will not run anymore. Or you can do it the right way. Those two are kind of emergency situation only, I believe. Or you can do it the right way and turn off the gas like so, and let it run until it stops. Once it sucks the carburetor bowl dry, it will shut off the tractor, obviously. And that is the only sure way to know that this thing will actually crank start again. So, you know, again, this is the slow method, and you can say it's wasted fuel, and you know, look at it smoking and carrying on. But if you want this old tractor to start up again, that's the way you got to do it. Otherwise, it's going to have to sit for several hours because it will, in fact, flood out. And again, in talking to people that actually ran these things, that's just kind of how they work. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit here and wait for this old tractor to die. Or well, to run out of gas anyway. And find something else to do. So anyway, guys, this time for real, if you liked the video, please comment, rate, subscribe for more. We do have more things to do. And here before long, we're actually going to farm some. So come back for more.